I did want to, you know what's funny, I'm going to guys see it. Is that I never know what I'm going to speak about. All the engagement you've ever seen on my 400-something videos on YouTube, 3 million views, and I never know what I'm going to talk about before I touch a room until I get to the engagement. That's my little secret. So anything you ever heard me speak, it was all freestyle. I don't use notes and cards and teleprompters or practice speeches. So I always just try to go with where God has inspired me to speak for that occasion. And so for this occasion, it was really been burning in my mind as I was relaunching the academy. Many were asking about, it was the academy, went on vacation, I came back, it's closed, or we did shut down enrollment from my school because we want to do some rebranding, some repositioning, and mostly because my vision for the academy from its inception is going on 3 years now, but my vision from the beginning was never to be a real estate school. Real estate is where I made my transition from the street to Newark, New Jersey, 100th Ave and Avon Ave, Springfield and 10th. This is where I made my transition from the streets, an adult boy, into a pretty successful real estate developer, investor, celebrity realtor, author, TV personality, etc. But through my whole journey the last 10 years, it wasn't just real estate and wholesaling and house flipping that I learned. What woke me up and what I want to get across to all my constituents, everyone that follows me, that follows the brand, all the kings and queens that are trying to well-build and build legacy, is that real estate is just one vehicle of many, and real estate represents a thought process and a paradigm, a lens that you have on how I'm trying to get our culture to adopt and start behaving. Right? So it's just not about home ownership, it's just not about credit, it's just not about wholesaling, it's just not about multifamily houses, it's just not about dressing better or manicures or, it's everything. It's a thought process of becoming what we're establishing as wealth builders. So in the relaunch of the academy, we're adding 5 new courses into the J. Morrison Academy outside of our residential real estate investors course. One course we piloted already from our conference in Atlanta, which is our J. Morrison Elite Apartment Training, where we train you on how to buy apartment buildings, do value adds, analyze deals, raise private money legally. You literally can close apartment deals and no money down as a certificate of sponsor. You really have to understand that whole space, that whole apartment space. And so really quickly, I like to bring up my JMA Elite students. If you guys want to just come up real quick. I have several students that flew in from all over the country. One of our students from Canada actually flew in. They're all shy, but they gotta get used to it. You're part of my brand, you can't be shy. So I just want to bring them up and acknowledge them. These were all action takers at our Atlanta conference who joined the JMA Elite Coaching for Apartments. And we put together a great team. We evaluated 2 deals yesterday, one here in Newark, one in South Orange. So we did that yesterday. What did we do last night? Anything? I thought we got it late. Did we get it late last night? Where we go? Oh! Okay, so after we evaluated properties, we went to the Source 360 in Brooklyn. I got invited to be on a panel and to be a part of the events for the Source magazine. And we got in at 12 at night and got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get to Baltimore this morning, as we'll be developing a Black Wall Street district in Baltimore. And so we toured Baltimore for hours today, met with a 93-year-old Baltimore resident, 93 years old, I think he's 60, Mr. Bridge. He told us all about the Baltimore area and his experience in the city as a black man in America, and met with some pastors and just did some building today, right? So I believe when you go into communities to redevelop communities, you gotta actually get in with the community. I'm not a hands-off real estate developer. I don't really want to develop real estate, I want to develop people. I don't want to go into an area and put ugly people in pretty houses. So that's our stance. So the team got up this morning, they made the commitment to come down. Nakia came from DC, right? Jamal came from Chicago. Martina, which we call Martini, came from Texas, and she's by way of Flint, Michigan. Big Doug came all the way from Texas as well, Port Arthur. Natalie are here in Jersey. And Rakita came from Texas as well. And Carmelita, sorry, I'm getting everybody down. and Carmelita came from Atlanta. And then we had a few other students that couldn't make it that came from Connecticut and again, Canada. So I want you to give a round of applause to these students. I really want to acknowledge them because I believe in leaders create leaders. And the initiative they've taken and how they've been studying and participating and taking action on building a team and a company around us. Brzezinski from Tampa. That's Brzezinski right there. That's his first name. Brzezinski all the way from Tampa. And so these students, we had 19 students. It's just a core group of the 19. Took it upon themselves to form a committee to go out and actually execute what they learned. So again, it wasn't, and they're learning as well. It's not just about apartment buildings or wholesaling or real estate. It's about wealth building and a mentality that we have to embody as a community. Real estate being one key vehicle that we utilize. So I appreciate all of you on the technology and just thank you. So feel free to network with them as they're here. You guys can have a seat. And then before I guess speak any deeper, I'll be remiss not to acknowledge our host for the evening, our host establishment, La Rouge, and our owner, Benedict, right there. You know, they've donated the space to us to be able to have this event. Benedict is very active in the community, active investor. He and I have been building for the last several years on community, social initiatives, real estate, etc. He has a lovely establishment here. He's created right in downtown Newark. I'm proud of him for doing that. I want to encourage everybody to support this Black-owned and Black-operated business. He has a great happy hour. The food is excellent. His happy hour from 4 to 9, Monday through Friday. So for those in the area, when you're breezing through town, stop by, have a bite, have a drink, and support the good brothers in the good community. Salute you. Yes.
Nothing without you.
Thank you, sir. So, but just want to know like wealth building, right, and what that looks like. So it's all about, for us, wealth is not only about your assets to me, right? It's not about your net worth, how much money you got in the bank, how many properties you own, how many businesses you own. But it's about how those properties and how those businesses actually contribute to your financial freedom, right? So financial freedom, for those of us who aren't familiar with that term, financial freedom is about you living the life that you want to live, a comfortable life, your dream life even, and having assets in place and passive income in place that pays for that life that you want to live. Often in our community, we live check to check. And we have the money spent before we even get the check. And so we're always behind the 8 ball, trying to hustle up, trying to create whatever we need to pay for the things that we want to do, the sneakers that our kids want to have, and college funds and all those kind of things. And so what we're creating in the Academy is that I want to teach everyone all the basic components from credit to financial management to real estate investing, commercial and residential, to stocks and trading, to entrepreneurship, and most importantly, self-development. All the tips that we need and tricks that we need in order to be wealth builders. And why I say self-development most important is that if your mind is not strong, if you don't understand what it takes to become wealthy and to gain your financial freedom, you don't understand the hard work, the dedication, the persistence. It's not an easy road. It's not supposed to be quick. It's not going to be quick. So you have to have a mind that's dedicated towards your end goal. And then what we do is we actually we help you create your end goal. What does your end goal look like? And now you work backwards into that goal. So if it's $10,000 a month, you need to live how you want to live, or if it's $15,000, or if it's $25,000 a month. You need to create vehicles that will create that kind of revenue to pay for the lifestyle you want to live. So if you need to make $15,000 a month to drive the kind of car you want to have, the mortgage you want to have, put away money, have the insurances, everything the perfect picture looks like, then you need a real estate portfolio or a stock portfolio or a business portfolio or a franchise portfolio. You need something that generates you that kind of money outside of just you doing it yourself. Because now you're at the lot, now you're at the discretion, you're at the mercy of the check cutter. I was talking to Chris Darden today, and I was like, you know, why is it, I said, it's funny in our community that we praise our celebrities and our athletes and our actors, our entertainers. They get the most kudos in our community because they entertain us. We got so much more issues in our community than entertainment. We don't need entertainment. That's not what we need. We need some education. We need some wealth. We need some social development. And we need some political power. We need a lot more things than entertainment. But our entertainers are the most esteemed to us. And all they do is entertain us. They don't do nothing else for us but entertain us. But then I went deeper into it and said, I know so many of these athletes, and their hearts are pure. They actually want to help. So I said, why is it a lot of the athletes or rappers, they only can do the football camps or basketball camps, but they never really get hands in dirty on repairing and rebuilding their communities? Why is that? I said, well, if you would imagine, and I'm actually going to call some of my YMC members to help me create this, I want to create a board. I want to research the owners of every basketball team, every football team, and the owners of both the NFL and the NBA, and the owners of every major record label. And I will guarantee you that 95% of them are not of black or brown descent. And so what happens is, whether it's subconscious or consciously, our athletes or entertainers can't be as outspoken as we would like them to be, as they should be, right? They can't be a Muhammad Ali or Jesse Owens or Jackie Robinson, someone that's standing up, because there's this peer pressure that I might offend the person or the league that cuts my checks. I don't want to offend the check cutters. And so what we're trying to create, what my vision is to be able to help you all understand the knowledge base that you need to be able to go out into the world and start any of these vehicles, residential real estate, commercial real estate, franchises. All these things can be done. Owning your own business. I don't care what vehicle you take, but you need a vehicle that will pay you so that you can, one, live the financial free life you want to live, but so you can pursue your purpose also, and pursue your passions. And that's something that I've learned. It was such a tug of war for me. I could have totally crossed over and went the whole NBC, Sotheby's celebrity realtor route and never looked back in that regard. And just been a good, clean-cut black boy that smiles and shucks and jives on TV and did really well for myself and my family. Outside of trying to empower my community and being vocal about our political, social, economic equality. But that's corny to me. That's lame. It's not how my mom raised me. But in order for me to be able to be vocal about what matters to me in my heart and what God called me to do, I had to be able to be self-sustained. I had to be able to have vehicles to be my own check cutter. So although Sotheby's International Realty, being the first African-American male hired by the property branch, was a good look for me, although Celebrity Realtor on NBC was a good look for me, although being next to the Jewish guy smiling, right? That's like the black person's kind of thing. I got a Jewish partner, it's a Jewish lawyer, now we made it. And so, I'm not saying that I have plenty of Jewish European American friends, and they know exactly how I am about my community, because my community. If you have a problem with me about my community, something wrong with you, not me. And so, I'm able to give myself this kind of flexibility and freedom because of the business models that I've been able to create, because of the wealth I've been able to create in real estate, because of the knowledge base that I've learned over the last 10 years. And so that's what I share. So when I have all of you here, what I want you to understand is that, and as I was talking to one of the kings tonight, he was saying, like, he's looking at the real estate and closing the deal. I said, well, what's the name of the company? He said, well, I don't got one yet, I'm trying to close the deal first. I said, you can't do business until you have a business. Otherwise, you're just a hustler. So what we have to learn is how to create systems so that we have businesses and legitimize our businesses so that way those businesses can make us money. Those businesses are living, breathing entities, and they work for us. The whole point of any of you who are wholesaling or flipping or wanting to, the whole point of you wholesaling or flipping or renting, again, is to be able to create a model for yourself a system for yourself. So that